Second straight night of setting a new career playoff high in rebounding. What was sort of your mindset and energy heading into tonight's game?
Well, one thing we spoke about coming into this series is trying to control the glass. They put, little guards on me. So, crash the offensive boards and then, make sure we're finishing possessions on the defensive end. Sometimes the ball tends to bounce your way. Got to go get a few of them, but, just really trying to find the ball and ignite our break.
Draymond, when you came into the league, your first year in the playoffs, the Spurs were the gold standard, and you guys, took them to 6 games. What has their standard meant for the development of this franchise and your team?
A lot. It's meant a lot for us, with kind of watching what they were doing, playing against them that first series and winning, my first year and winning 2 games. It was a big deal at the time, to go 2 games, and we felt like we should have won game 3, but we didn't. But, it just gave us a lot of confidence and, to know that, all right, we got something, and we continue to get better, continue to grow together, that, we could possibly be, them one day or better. And, I think that's kind of coming to fruition now.
Kevin, Spurs try to come back, but you locked down the big shot. I saw you so excited. What's going through on your mind?
Just trying to get a stop the next possession.
Kevin, how do you view this series? How do you think the team played? A lot of talk going into, can they flip the switch? Do you feel like you got to a level, or is you going to have to play better in the next round?
Definitely play better. Teams get better as you move on. But I'd like the energy and effort we played with all series. I think offensively we did a good job of moving the basketball. But if we didn't make shots, we guarded on the other end and rebounded well. But obviously each team is looking to get better as you move on. So, it presents we got a different challenge in front of us now. So we got to kind of focus on a different, have a different game plan going into this next series, and we'll see what happens.
Question for either one of you guys. You seem to have found your defense in the first round, and it's during the regular season it was up and down. How do you kind of keep that consistency going for the rest of the playoffs on the defensive end?
We're a championship team. We know what type of defense we need to play. I think throughout the regular season you want to get there every night, but it's just not realistic, especially coming off a championship. Last game you played is like the peak level of intensity, the peak level of focus, and everything that you could possibly reach, and then you come into the regular season and expect to start that over again. It's tough. But nonetheless, I think we was okay periodically, throughout the season. But like I said, we know what it takes to win a championship.
Hey, Kevin, you're productive throughout the series, but just how do you kind of look at the juxtaposition with just how efficient you've been overall, but then when you look at your three-point shot?
I'd be more concerned if my mid-range wasn't working. Let me elaborate. I can easily just stop taking threes and just shoot. When I'm open. I thought I try to find it, I just try to search for it, and I missed some. And I made one in the third. I thought got us a nice little lead, but I'd be more concerned with my mid range was off. But I feel good shooting the mid range, and I know my 3 will come around. It's a matter of time, and I just got to keep working. And I was fading a little bit on some. I rushed a few. I didn't leave my follow through up on a couple, and they were doing a good job of getting the hand up. So It was a series of events, I guess, the reason why I was missing some threes. But, luckily I kind of know my formula and know what gets me right back to center, and that's the beautiful part about finding your game out.
You guys are probably going to kind of tag team guard Anthony Davis in the next round. Just wondering your early thoughts on that challenge of guarding Davis.
Great player. But just like any other great player, you want to make him take tough shots, live with the results.
Yeah, I think more so he got free this last series in the pick and roll a lot, catching lobs, shooting a jump shot out of the pocket from the penetration, getting the wide open threes. So we got to do a good job on Rondo and Drew Holiday and those guys as well. You know, I know AD's has some big numbers, but those guys create for him a lot, along with, you know, post-ups and, you know, drives to the rim, stuff like that. So that's what makes him dangerous, is that he's getting a lot of stuff rolling to the rim off the ball as well, and some stuff in the post.
Actually, that's what I was going to ask. What kind of problems do the Pelicans present? And Draymond, since you are familiar with Alvin Gentry, Clay said after the game that he expects him to have some tricks up his sleeves. What are you expecting?
Jen will definitely have some tricks up his sleeve offensively. Defense ain't really Jen thing. He don't love it. Jen will tell you a million times in a row, ain't nobody ever won a game 0-0. So, you know, that's who Jen is. However, I think he do have a defensive mastermind with him and Darren Erman. And I know Erm probably been watching film on us for the last, since the first round started. And, I mean, obviously he know a lot of us, you know, coached us early on in our careers. But, you know, I know he'll have some stuff up his sleeve. Nonetheless, we got a great coaching staff that'll have some tricks up their sleeve as well. Gent want to out-coach Steve, so good luck.
No good luck to him.
Dre, you had, along with the 19 boards, you had 17 points, and there was a remark made on the broadcast today about, came from C-Web. He said if you're on other teams and asked to score, you probably wouldn't start. I don't think he meant it as a slight, but do you still feel like your point production is underrated in this league?
You're trying to start a beef, bro.
I don't have a scorer's mentality, especially for, you know, the team that I play on. I think if I did have a scorer's mentality, it'll throw all this off and it wouldn't work out. And so, you know, I think there are times in the game where I probably need to score more, but it's hard to turn a scorer's mentality on or off. I've had that once before in my life. You just don't click that on or off. Nonetheless, I do know when I need to be more aggressive, and that helps my team out. But I don't care. I've done some great things in this league. I've been an all-star twice, averaging like 11 points, 10 points or something like that. Like, you know, I don't need to score. However, I don't think he can find many GMs or coaches that wouldn't say I wouldn't start on their team. And, you know, I'm fine without scoring the ball. I think I've created a new lane for guys in this league to where you don't have to score 20 points to be an all-star or be a star in this league, and it is what it is. And so, you know, that's fine, and my jury fit well. So I'm doing pretty good. So, you know, much love to C-Web, though, from Michigan, state of Michigan, you know. We good.
One other question.
Hey, one other thing, man. I think, you know, when I look at life, you know, no, seriously, this is dead serious. When I look at life, you know, when somebody passes away, we tend to think we're there for 1 day or 2 days, and then we float away and think like their problem go away. So I just want to send my love to Pop and his family again. You know, it was kind of a thing the first day it happened, and then it's like gone. That problem don't leave for him. So much love, Pop. And I send my prayers and best wishes to him and his family.
Can you take one more question?
What's up? Talk to me, bro.
You know, I want to ask both of you guys that if you could just share with us if you've seen this video about this incident in San Antonio about this jacket or anything, and what's your thoughts on it? Because you know, it could go each another way, and I know you guys had some issues about it if it had went a different way. So if you have seen that video, Draymond, you'd like to share little things about what you saw, maybe?
Yeah, I ain't saw the video. You know, I think we got a great security staff, and Ralph, Tony, and Jeff that, you know, did their stuff and found out what happened and found where the jacket was at. You know, obviously it's unfortunate. You know, I think, you know, when it boils down to it, it's a jacket. But I think, you know, it's more so the principle. You know, you're in your own space and you want to return to your jacket, you know, and all of us do. And so I think it's more so the principle than the actual thing. Like, you know, if I got $1 sitting here, it's $1. But it's my dollar. I wouldn't expect nobody to take it. And so it's an unfortunate situation. You know, we got a great front office and great, you know, media PR staff that'll figure it out.